This is a quick video about the open letter you've got to do the final submission for the project. So before I begin, I do want to remind you that there are other videos on this. There are other instructional videos. Please make sure you watch the final summative hurdle video. There are also example videos that you can check out as well. So make sure you're watching those. You need to add a page. So you've already got your home page, how to create a website, your surveys and data page, the future of learning essay, your top tips poster, and now you need to add a new page. You can call it If Learning Continues, you can call it the final, you can call it Task 5, whatever, as long as it's clear, add this final page. Here's an example from Mustafa. Here's what Mustafa's done. So what I like about this, and it's not mandatory, but it's definitely helpful, in his sort of body paragraphs, he's bolded the suggestion. This makes it really clear what he wants. So it's obviously the first sentence, it is a topic sentence, and he's bolded it in order to have that clarity. He then provides justification and examples and evidence basically below it. So we'll talk about that in a minute. As you can see as well, there's also a somewhat introductory paragraph of the letter, basically summing up why you're writing, what is the purpose of it, and providing all the relevant context that's needed. So again, the structure of your essay, the first thing you're going to have is this explanatory paragraph. You can talk about school closures and COVID, which have resulted in online learning. Also, you can discuss the possibility of online learning resuming next year. The project that you have done, you can explain, as part of your grade 9 English project, you have undertaken research, primary research, wherein you survey teachers and students to find out how well it's working. And based on that, you have some suggestions for the school. That'd be a really good paragraph there. Then, in terms of your body paragraphs, your actual suggestions that you're making, may I suggest that you make your recommendation. You can do what Mustafa did and bold it if you like. Here's an example. Parents must attend a daily briefing with teachers in order to hold them accountable and explain what is happening. This was actually an example I saw from another student. And then you need to provide some justification and evidence for that recommendation. You can use a combination of your surveys, personal experiences, and secondary sources or articles or research papers, whatever. So let's have a look at a few of these. So in the surveys, teachers responded by saying that the students were not submitting work or responding to emails. Parents need to be made aware of what needs to be done, as they're the primary caregivers and must take some of the responsibilities of teachers while students are at home. This would be evidence from your surveys. The other one, the personal experience. My parents asked to see a list of all work, due dates, and even the videos teachers make. They also check my work when I've finished. As a result, I have straight A's. So this justification is based on your own personal experiences. Remember, you can use personal pronouns in this letter. It is a lot more informal than the essay that you did. Finally, we have a secondary source. In a study by Elizabeth Strutt, she found that students whose parents take more of an active role in their learning had higher literacy levels, scores consistently better in exams, and are more likely to go to universities. So we have a combination of three things there. You don't have to use all three for each recommendation or suggestion, but obviously at least two would be really helpful if you had the surveys and a secondary source, or your personal experience and a secondary source, or the survey and personal experience. You're providing a really good justification there, which makes it hard to argue with. And then finally, you need to end your letter with somewhat of a conclusion. Just sum up the purpose again, restate it, that you are looking to improve e-learning should it go into the next year, and also make sure that you say thank you to whoever reads your letter. Remember, if you want an A, you must make at least 5 recommendations. You must also include resources which you have made. These can include schedules or timetables, sets of rules. Again, in the other video there's an explanation of that. And you should also use a combination of your research, secondary sources like articles, and personal experiences. Do not forget, make sure that you have a description of the task as well as the purpose of it. In fact, you need to do that for every task, as it says in the video. Make sure every page has a description and the purpose. Make sure the website looks great on the whole and has all of the required info. Again, please check the rubric for the final submission. And I will be sending the best ones to the school in order to genuinely attempt to make positive changes in case we're online learning next year. If you've written things, if you've got evidence from your data that's really insightful, if you've written an excellent essay and you've come up with logical and achievable suggestions for next year, then of course I'm going to send that and ask that the director and admin look at these when considering how they're going to attempt teaching and learning next year. Guys, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Do not forget that this is due on the 11th at midnight. You cannot be late with this because I need to get the grades in. Good luck.